my god. YouTube, stop. You're being a bully. Alright. Chat. 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 Chat pat. Chat pat. Let me get everything good. Yep, this. And then I'll do this. Hi, Moon. Don't know if you saw me attempt to stream earlier, but we're back. Hopefully. Fingers crossed the internet does not crap out on me. It did that once in between this stream and the last, like the first attempt. So hopefully it's got it all out of its system. Please. Please, I beg of you. How are you doing today, Moon? Yeah, I guess we're all set up. How are you doing? Yeah, that's fine, Moon. Honestly, I'm glad I started a new stream because that one was very laggy. Internet's been on and off today. So, hopefully it sorted itself out. I don't know how I just moved the camera. Hopefully it fixed itself. Praying. Begging and praying. Well, I'm glad you're doing mostly well. I'm doing fine. My throat hurts a little, which makes me a little scared because I have a 10-hour shift coming up this Saturday. So hopefully that doesn't lead to sickness. Fingers crossed. Thinking about how I want to do this. Okay. So, as the title suggests, I'm just going to be editing a FNAF video. I had an idea for a stream, but decided against it. Yeah, sore throats suck. Yeah, I had an idea for a stream, decided against it. Now we're here. I know I said last stream that this next stream, the stream we're doing now, would be the FNAF theory talk live stream thingy, but I'm not 100% sold on that idea. I don't know why. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just not sold on it. The original idea was a tier list. Yeah, a tier list ranking like FNAF characters' sexuality, because, you know, it's Pride Month, it would fit. But then I realized I would put everyone in the gay tier and it wouldn't work. And I don't know. I don't know. Decided against it. But yeah, now I'm just going to be editing a video, which is good because it keeps me productive, you know. It's going good, Glitch. You can thank Glitch for convincing me to stream again, by the way. Ooh. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to mute this just so I can hear. I guess we'll begin without further ado. So, I think it's... yeah, let me make sure it's not, like, leaking anything of my personal information. I think we're good. Moon, you should absolutely make a tier list like that. You're the chosen one. I need you to put Glamrock Freddy and Glamrock Bonnie in the gay tier. I don't know. There was just something about the idea that, like, I feel like it would come off as a little insensitive. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for. But, I don't know. I'm very glad I didn't stream the State of Play. I was doing driving with my brother. I kept checking Twitter every few minutes and nothing came. Oi, Ewy, you turned yourself into a cube. Put Monty in super straight. I don't know. Monty is jealous of Glamrock Freddy and Glamrock Bonnie's relationship. That's why he destroyed Bonnie. So, I guess I'll show you guys what I have. I probably should have tested the audio levels on this before I started. If you go deaf, I'm sorry. This is the video. If you remember, like I think it was last stream, I shared a little bit of the script I was writing. I finished that, recorded it. Now I've begun editing it. Yeah, mainly be about the human characters. Oh, Glamrock Franny. Thank you, Moon. Thank you. My ears. We haven't even started yet, Glitch. We haven't. Yeah, no, Moon. I'm looking forward to that. You better put, what's it called? Better put William in the gay for Henry tier. All right, chat. If you go deaf, I'm sorry.
I show speed. I know that's a very weird.
Oh, that's not bad.
Video, but stick with me.
That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, well. Let me lower it a little. Here's what I have so far. It's just the audio. I haven't added the visuals yet. I was going to do that today. And it's not, the audio is not finished being edited either, so.
I know that's a very weird way to open a FNAF video, but stick with me. One night I was watching Speed play FNAF 4, and specifically when he was facing off against Nightmare, he died and got sent back to the title screen. As he was in shock of Nightmare's color, I looked at the background, at the FNAF 4 title screen, and had a thought. If FNAF 4's gameplay is meant to be a nightmare had by Michael Afton, and the nightmare animatronics are at what looks to be the Midnight Motorist house, wouldn't that imply that Michael is living there during the time he has the nightmares, and by extension, around or after the time of FNAF 1? This line of thinking sent me down a rabbit hole, which eventually led me to switch from Charlie first to Evie first, which is where I stand today. This was only backed up by Ticket to Fun releasing and confirming Charlie died at Freddy's and not Fredbear's. But this video isn't about who died first. Rather, the thing that led me down the rabbit hole to begin with, the FNAF 4 title screen, and the mystery of the many Afton family houses.
It's so hard to sync up with this.
Introduction to the Afton household was the FNAF 4 title screen, where we see a lone house surrounded by trees and bushes. There's also a bigger tree next to the house. Remember this for later. During FNAF 4's minigames, we play as the bite victim, and are able to explore his home. Inside, we find his room, his sister's room, a grandfather clock, and a TV sitting on a table. Outside the house is where things get more interesting. We see that the house has lush grass and flowers, and is surrounded by fencing. There's also a sidewalk leading directly to Fredbear's family diner, as well as a proper road with a parked car and a playground just outside the Afton house. Alrighty, this doesn't really resemble the isolated house we saw on the title screen. FNAF 4's night segments show an entirely different bedroom from the one we see in minigames. Instead of a single door and a dresser, this room has two hallways and doors, a closet, and an entirely different layout overall. These are clearly not the same bedroom. Outside the bedroom are windows.
Alright, that's all I've got. That's all I edited so far. As you can tell, it's very much still a work in progress. But it's my work in progress. So, first things first, the first thing I want to do, William killed Mrs. Afton because he wanted Henry. True. 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 Yeah, so, first, I think I need to collect the visuals for this. Is good. Thank you, thank you. So, first, we need a picture of FNAF 4 title screen. Yeah, honestly, this stream's just going to be like me just chilling, like a villain, editing. I don't really have any plans for it other than that. I don't know how long it's going to go. Probably not too long. Yeah. Alright, let me find an official image. I know, yeah, this one. Can I get that in better quality? Please. No. Thank you. Bro F's with it. Sometimes you just gotta hit him with a chill screen. Chill stream. What the heck? What the heck? Glitch, I found the next game you can play on stream. Yeah, FNAF 4 loading screen matches up perfectly to Midnight Motorist. Agreed, agreed. And that's exactly what I argue in the video. I guess we'll go with this image. I swear there's like a version of this where it doesn't have the nightmares. Like, I swear someone pulled that from the files. I'm gonna do that. Let's go! Is it this? No, definitely not. I might just be making that up. That might not exist. But with the way Scott Cawthon makes his games, it wouldn't surprise me if they're different layers. Alright, this one it is. Here, let me just go full screen for this. I don't want to accidentally show anything. Okay. I think we're fine. Alright, let me save that there. Has been saved. We're good. What else do we need, chat? We need the FNAF... How do I want to show this? We'll do the... Okay. We'll do the Nightmare Bedroom. Nope, not that. Let's do this one. My favorite part of making videos is stealing people's images. It's my favorite thing to do. Okay. I guess I can show this. Oops. Yeah, so there's that. Let me check something. Has been saved. Holy peak. Holy peak. We need the hallway now. Well, the hallways, I guess. Left hall. Right hall. Bernie Bear, if he was written... Bernie Bear, if he was written by Vivzy Pop, just be swear words every other second. I was gonna say slurs, but that's not right. Okay, we got those. I know I need the FNAF 4 minigame map, but I don't know if I want to do just like one big image of it. Probably not. I shouldn't. Maybe. Minigame map house. Oh, look at that. That's cute. I love seeing, like, this is a bit of a side tangent. I love seeing recreations of the FNAF 4 minigame map in, like, different styles. Like, I love seeing this. It's a very cute style. And I love seeing people, like, recreate the house. Like, okay, this probably isn't accurate, but it's cool. Like, I don't know why. I just love seeing people edit the FNAF 4 map. It's really cool. And, like, whenever they try to build it, like, an actual house, I think that's cool as hell. Is that supposed to be Fredbear's? Okay, this is what the map looks like if you don't take any creative liberties. But I still think this is ridiculously cool. It's very simple, but really cool. Don't swear that much, I can respect it. No, Glitch, I don't know. I don't like the fact that I swear at all in my streams. It's just, it's so different streaming and recording, because when you're recording, you follow like a set script, so you don't have to include swear words in there. Whenever I'm streaming, sometimes I'll let one slip, and I feel really bad about it, because I wouldn't say my channel is supposed to be, like, family-friendly, but, you know, I don't like swearing. Like, I don't know why. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, no, it's, oh, look at that. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I completely got distracted. Anyway. Grandfather clock, and then we need the living room, and then that will be it. I don't love these images, but I don't know. Boo, we hate this theory. We hate this theory. And then the living room. Fortnite. Speaking of Fortnite FNAF, I probably shouldn't say this, but what's it called? I am working on like recreating FNAF games in Fortnite. One of them is very close to completion. What the hell is this? One of them is very close to completion. The others, not so much. I would love to share them sometime, but I feel like I should hold off until, you know, they're closer to being done. Bro's a typical Brit. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, watching your streams back and, like, hearing, why did I say that? Like, I think it was last stream. I said the F word, and it was completely, like, out of left field. I don't know why I said it, but it's just weird, the stuff you catch in the moment. Okay, calm down, buddy. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. All right. How do you is the I in I show speed capitalized? I think it is. Oh, that's not Google. It is. I love you, CapCut. I love you. I show speed.
I show speed.
I know that's a very weird way to start a FNAF video. Drop the map code. Dude, I don't have a map code. I don't have a map code for it. It's not done yet. You know, I guess I might as well. Security breach. I won't say everything about the map because I do want to do like an official reveal of it. But it's security breach, based on security breach. The only things I have to do now are add audio and like sound effects and VFX, which is surprisingly harder than I thought it would be, especially when you're doing it in Fortnite. And I also have to finish the Princess Quest-esque minigames. That's the hardest part. I have zero motivation to do those. I finished the first one. The second and third minigames, I have no motivation to make. And I've been considering just cutting them completely, because I just don't have any motivation. They're holding me back from finishing the map. But it's important for the lore of the game. But I'm really close to just saying, screw it, and getting rid of them. But I can't, because then you lose a very, maybe not very big part of the story, but it's important to the story. But whenever it's close to being done, I'll show it. Yeah. Anywho. I show speed. There's a cat at the door. Alright, we can do this. Oops, wrong one.
I show speed. I know that's a very
Okay, looking good so far.
weird way to open a FNAF.
Alright, let me get to the part where I have to add images.
Had by Michael Afton and the Nightmare.
Okay. Obviously, I'm going to add more stuff to this. I just want to add the images I downloaded already.
Are at what looks to be the Midnight Mall. And the Nightmare animatronics are at.
Okay, FNAF 4 title screen.
If FNAF 4's gameplay.
Nope, not yet.
After the time of FNAF 1, this time.
Okay. Your Microsoft account got hacked? Oh no. Yeah, another thing. This really annoys me about it. I tried so hard to make the map one cohesive map, but I couldn't. So, whenever I do inevitably, hopefully, release the map, there's going to be a version that has, like, barely any mechanics, but hopefully all the areas. And then I also intend to release, like, a video or two about me playing through it. That's going to be the version that has all of, like, the mechanics, like the jump scares, the chases, stuff like that. The version I publish is going to be bare bones in the gameplay aspect, but it's going to be more so just like a visual thing you can explore. Hopefully I'll be able to include the duffel bag messages. Fingers crossed. But if not, then those will definitely just be in the videos I make. It's not ideal, because it's just not. But I had to make many duplicates of the map so that I could include gameplay, because the storage on it, oh my god, the memory in Fortnite sucks. It sucks so bad. And something I really wanted to do with this project, I wanted to make it all connect. Like, I don't want to have, you go into this room and you get secretly teleported to a different part of the map. I wanted it to all connect. But you can't really do that while having gameplay, because the memory is just so high. I understand Steel Wool now. I understand their problems and their pains with Security Breach, because, my god, it's a pain. It's such a pain. It's such a pain.
This line of thinking
Yep. I spent a lot of time in the intro, my god.
Rather, the thing that led me down the rabbit hole.
Did I spend a minute in the intro? That's crazy. Usually I only spend like 30 seconds. Dude, this recording came out to be 25 minutes long. We're looking at a 20-minute video, 20-minute long edited video here. That's a long one for my channel. Although I probably can't be complaining when I've got the Pizzaplex timeline guy in my chat, so.
Or title screen, and the mystery of the many Afton family houses.
This is where I'm going to put the thumbnail. Which, again, I don't know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail for this video. I have the title. Thumbnail, I don't know.
Our first introduction to the Afton household was the fnaf.
Okay.
Was the fnaf. Was the
Alright, let me go full screen just so I can add this and make sure it doesn't show anything. It doesn't. We're good. So, I guess I can just add all of these at once. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Yay! Okay, this one. What the hell? Why did it get sent back to the start? What? Wait, why is it connected to the text? What? What happened? What? Stop! Dude, what? What happened? What? Why is it treating it like a video? It's a JPEG. Oh, because I put it in the video. Whoops. Yeah, 20 minutes. It's a long one for my channel. Usually my theory videos aren't that long, but apparently I had a lot to say on this. And I mean, a lot of the video is just me, like, recapping the houses we see in FNAF. Like the Midnight Motorist one, Edwin's, 5 Laps at Freddy's, those ones. But, yeah, it's a long one. Dude, the kid... I'm not letting the kitty in. She was in here earlier. She was on my bed, looking out the windows. She heard a bird outside, jumped, like, across my back with her claws deployed, and it hurt like hell. So she's not coming in. Yes, you. An hour or two? Oh my god. Glitch, you poor soul. 4th video, by the way. That's insane. Was the FNAF 4 title screen?
Was the FNAF 4 title screen, where we see a lone house.
I don't know. This is gonna be a tricky video to edit, cause, like, how am I gonna show what I'm talking about if it's just static images? I might have to do, like, the YouTuber thing and add, like, circles and arrows. where we see a lone... I guess I can zoom in a little on this, on the house.
Or title screen, where we see a lone house.
That works, I guess. That works well enough.
Where we see a lone house.
Okay, that's not... This is something I really struggle with, is getting everything lined up, like with the audio and stuff. I know, obviously, every editor has that problem of trying to get everything aligned, but like I really struggle with that. And it really annoys me.
Where we see a lone house surrounded by trees.
Where we see a lone house surrounded by your mother.
A lone house surrounded by trees.
Okay, and then I should zoom back out to show the trees. Maybe. Or I don't, I guess I don't have to.
Surrounded by Surrounded by Surrounded by
Surrounded by trees, yes. What, like, do you think these are meant to be other buildings? Or do you think they are supposed to be bushes? Because, like, everything else, like, these are very clearly trees. This is obviously a bush. That's a tree, that's a tree. And they're in, the nightmares are in bushes. What do you think these two things are supposed to be? I can see those looking like houses, to be honest. Or like other buildings. Which would definitely hurt my theory. But at the same time, I can see this just being a very low-res bush. And this being like a bush and then a tree. But I don't know, I can see it going either way. Because if they are other buildings, then I guess it could be Fredbear's. Like, the one on the left could be Fredbear's. Oh, you can't see him. Oh, that's true, it's very small. Oh, I didn't even realize. Huh. Huh. Well. Oops, my bad. Professional streamer. As I was saying, do you think this and this, like, do you think these could be bushes or other buildings? Also, hi, Glitch Stinger. Yo, I got both glitches in my chat. Yo. Because as I was saying, like, this is clearly, is my webcam blocking it? I don't think so. This is clearly a bush. These are clearly all trees. This is a tree, this is a tree. I can see these being, like, buildings, but I can also see them being low-res bushes. Plus, I guess, you know, Curse of Dreadbear does kind of... Yeah, Curse of Dreadbear shows this house on a hill, so I guess they are just bushes. Scott Cawthon, the man that you are. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't know it was on full screen. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy.
Surrounded by trees and bushes. There's also a bigger tree.
Bigger tree. I hate the way I said bigger here. It sounded like I said bicker tree.
There's also a bigger tree.
What the hell's a bicker tree?
There's also a bigger. There's also a.
There's also a bicker tree. There's also a.
There's also a bigger tree next to the house.
Yeah, it is inclined. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I wonder... There is kind of like a different color here. I don't know if that's supposed to just be like the horizon line or if that's like a path. It's kind of be cool if that was like a path and that's like the Midnight Motorist path we see.
A bigger tree next to that.
Bicker tree. What the hell is a bicker tree? Bernie Bear just be making up words.
There's also a bigger tree.
Okay, and I do want a transition here. Although I guess that'd be better as a keyframe. He's using technical terms. Pathway, yeah. I never realized that. That's cool.
There's
also a bicker tree. God, I completely forgot how to add keyframes on here. I'm used to editing on my phone. I'm still relatively new to PC editing. Yeah, it looks about the same path. Especially with Secret of the Mimic, yeah. Oh my god, I've added keyframes before. I completely forgot where they are. Oh, that's a new timeline. Dude, where? Oh my god. I've done this before. It's not a marker, I don't think. Dude, oh my god. Keyframe. There we go. Jesus. Glitch, well, and anyone. I'm curious, what do you guys make of the sister location custom night cutscenes? Because that's something I really struggled with in this video. Placing the sister location custom night cutscenes in this timeline, because the way I have it, right? I can't forget I'm on full screen right now. The way I have it right now, it's first Edwin's house, which burns down, then the Aftons move in. No, sorry, it's Edwin's house burns down. The Aftons are living in the FNAF 4 minigame house. Then, after the bite, they move into the Midnight Motorist house, which is where Michael is still living during sister location, because of this title screen showing the nightmares outside of his house. The sister location custom night cutscenes show Michael leaving what appears to be a house in a neighborhood like the FNAF 4 neighborhood. The way I explain it in this video is by saying that it's either just he's not leaving his house, or we're not meant to take those cutscenes literally, which is very much a cop-out answer. Because, stuff like Michael rotting and turning purple, Ennard being ejected into the sewers, that obviously happened. The way I explain it in this video is that Scott just wanted a set piece to show the public slowly becoming scared and grossed out by Michael turning purple. And obviously, if Michael's leaving his house in the middle of nowhere, that's kind of hard to do. So maybe we aren't meant to take the cutscenes that literally, but I hate using that cop-out. I hate using that cop-out. It is a cop-out. Beginning of those cutscenes, Michael's walking downstairs. Yes. Yes. Well, it's not going to show it on this, I guess, which is stupid. Yeah, Michael does start the cutscenes out walking down steps. The other houses in the neighborhood also have steps. Dude, what the hell is this? I must have missed this one. The other houses have steps, which would imply that he is leaving his house. And again, it's a sidewalk with a drain pipe or whatever, sewage, whatever this thing's called. Like the FNAF 4 minigames, which implies that it's the same neighborhood. Although, to be fair, this could be very but there should be a road here. It's grass. There's grass at the bottom. Like, this is just a sidewalk. Or not even a sidewalk, just a path. Because there's grass here. I guess it's not connected to a road, but wouldn't that make it seem like it's... Wouldn't that make it more seem like he is leaving his house? Yeah, it is Ennard in his body doing this. That is true. Shrek? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Could be him having a wander through the town. I think that's the best way to explain it. Yeah, see, here's the stairs. I think that could be the best way to explain it, honestly. He's just walking through the town. Well, Ennard is. I hate how good that looks. I got scared for a second. I thought I was still on full screen. Yeah. I should include that in my video.
A bigger tree next to the house.
Right. Keyframe. Bigger tree.
Bigger tree.
I added that in the wrong spot.
Also a bigger.
There's also a bicker tree. Bernie Bear making up stuff. Okay, so here we want the keyframe to be... I'm going to do this by the arrow keys just so it's lined up. Oops, wrong one. Wait, can you? Yeah. No. Oops, I'm fibbing. Fibber Bear. When's Five Nights at Skibbity's? The playthrough on Glitch's channel would go insane. Dude, what the flip? Why are my keyframes not working? Dude, what the flip? FNAS.
There's also a bigger tree.
Dude, why are my keyframes not working? What the flip? You're supposed to move. Oh, this is so much easier to edit on phones. I hate computer editing with a passion.
There's also a bigger tree.
Fine, I won't have a keyframe. You want to be like that. Stupid. Stupid. Stupid CapCut. I hate you. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to get them both in frame. And I'm just going to put a circle, because I'm a YouTuber. I'm allowed to do that.
Where we see a lone house surrounded by trees and bushes. There's also a
Bicker tree. Alright, chat. Time to pull out the old circle. The old red circle. Dude, I should add the sad cat. Oh, it's on Pro. I don't have Pro. Me when there's a bicker tree. Yeah. Be prepared to hear the same thing about 20... Oh. Red on red. Maybe not the best idea. Yeah, be prepared to hear me say the same thing about 500 times. I'm very meticulous in my editing. Maybe not a red circle. That would look terrible. Just a black one. Wrong. Bigger tree. Oops, that's not... Damn, all of these are kind of mid. Black, circle, P, and... Yep, P and H, that's what I meant to spell. Dude, I love when it doesn't show me actual PNGs, and I have to do this. I love Google. Yeah, red on red. Might not be the best idea. Might not be the best idea. Chat. We're not on full screen, right? Okay. Red on red. I am a professional videographer editor. Black might look weird too. It's also... Dude. Chat, can we spam bicker tree in the chat? Alright, let's put a circle around this bad boy. Finally move on from it.
There's also a bigger tree next to the house. Remember this for later. Next to the house.
Yeah, this works. This is good. This is good. I'm happy with this. I'm happy. Believe it or not, I'm happy.
Next to the house. Remember this for later. During FNAF 4's minigames,
Okay, and then here. Here I might put, like, actual gameplay of the minigames, just so it's, you know... Yeah. It's a big tree. Indeed, Moon. Indeed. Look at that big tree. Although I don't want to add videos right now. Right now I just want to add static images. So... I'm going to... That tree is bickering as if it can speak. It's a storyteller tree. Holy beak. I'm actually going to work on editing the audio a little bit more. Just to switch things up. Plus you guys get to hear new content. Rather than bicker tree for the 5th time.
outside the bedroom are windows, a grandfather.
Are windows a grandfather clock?
Bedroom are windows.
I'm also very meticulous in how I space out stuff.
Inside the bedroom are windows.
Like, I don't know. I like to kind of create natural gaps, because the way I record, I don't really leave that many, like, I'm not actively thinking about, okay, I want to have a gap here, I want to have a gap here. That's something I like to do better in editing, just because I feel like I have more control over it.
Inside the bedroom are windows.
Are windows a bigger tree?
Windows, a grandfather clock at the end of the hall.
Which is actually a PNG, we recently learned. Scott Cawthon cannot model for... Windows. A bigger tree.
The hall and ugly yellow. The end of the hall and ugly yellow lamps.
Is there more than one lamp? There are, okay.
The end of the hall and ugly a grandfather clock at the end of the hall and ugly yellow lamps.
The ugly yellow lamps, which confirms that the hallways we're seeing in FNAF 4's Nightmares probably come from the same house that the Nightmare bedroom and the house is probably based on the same house we see in sister locations in between night cutscenes, because they have the same lamps, which I use as evidence of the sister location sister location in between night cutscenes being at the Midnight Motorist house, which is directly above this area, these guys. I guess, since we're here, I might as well talk about the other big, arguably bigger, problem I had with this video, and that is David Murray's bedroom. David Murray's bedroom is FNAF 1 through 6 vaguely parallel VR through Secret of the Mimic. UCN could therefore be a prominent figure in the Mimic story. I can see it. I can see it. Plus, that would fit with the whole idea of, mimicking the past. I can see it. Anyway. The bigger problem I had is trying to fit David's bedroom into this, right? The Nightmare experiments down in Sister Location are meant to study fear. Plus, there's a recreation of Fredbear's and the FNAF 4 minigame house. That would imply that combined with the idea that we're studying fear probably means William built this all to study and recreate Bite Victim's life and the circumstances leading up to his death. Would that not imply that Bite Victim lived in the Midnight Motorist house? Because that's where David Murray's bedroom is. I know we talked about this, I think, last stream. Yeah, David Murray's bedroom has a lot in common with the FNAF 4 bedroom. The toys, I've come to accept that as just, they're just trophies. I don't think those matter that much. The problem is, if the bedroom is part of that whole recreating Bite Victim's life thing, would that not mean that Bite Victim lived in that bedroom, he slept in that bedroom, and therefore lived in the Midnight Motorist house? That's the problem that's the problem I have with this. The bigger problem. The custom night cutscenes I just explained as, they're not that important in the grand scheme of things. There's a lot more going for Mike still living in the Midnight Motorist house than the FNAF 4 minigames house. David Murray's bedroom is a big one. You could just make the argument that, William just reused David Murray's bedroom because he had it. He just rebuilt it, and that's that. We're not meant to look into it that much. But I don't know. I couldn't come to a satisfying answer for that. And that's, really the only, big problem I have. Really the only big, hole in this video/theory is how David Murray's bedroom fits into it. I don't even think Michael I won't say that. I won't say that. I don't want to confuse. I don't want to confuse what I'm saying. But yeah, I couldn't figure out how to fit that in. Yeah. I think what I said just makes sense. Yes, glitch stinger. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they move into Murray's mansion until after the bite. I think pre-Secret of the Mimic and during Secret of the Mimic, up until the big bite, they live in the FNAF 4 minigame house. And because, you know, it's right next to Fredbear's. So, you could make the argument, oh, there are multiple Fredbears. And you're not wrong. But, yeah, I don't think they move into the remains of Murray's house until after Secret of the Mimic. So I don't know how to really explain that other than William just decided, hey, I'm going to reuse David Murray's bedroom for shits and giggles. It's a tricky one. Yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. Because, again, if the experiments are meant to replicate Bite Victim's life leading up to the big bite, why throw in David Murray's bedroom? Unless, you know, that part of the experiment is just for testing the nightmares and seeing how fear works, and maybe, you know, the other parts of the experiments, maybe those aren't so much about studying fear, and they're more so, like, those parts are more so about recreating Bite Victim's life. That's why there's a recreation of Fredbear's and the minigame map. Maybe it's broken down into, like, okay, this part of the experiments will study fear, this one will recreate my son's life. Plush trap, I don't know, maybe it's just... I do like the idea that the plush trap experiments are meant to test, like, illusion discs. Maybe plush trap isn't moving at all, and there's just several plush trap dolls that give the illusion that they're moving. Because in the plush trap hallway, right, there's a dot at the end of the hall, which obviously represents plush trap. Then there's 4 in each room. I think it would be cool if there's some kind of illusion, or maybe just gas, again, that's being used to simulate plush trap moving, but in reality, he's not moving at all. I think that could be cool. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it works. Anyway, I just went on a side tangent there about plush trap. Yeah. I don't know. We'll just leave it there.
With the hall and ugly yellow lamps.
Ugly yellow lamps? What? Oh, yo, we've passed the... We're almost past the 2-minute mark. Let's go.
Yellow lamps. Come sister location.
Come sister location.
Ugly yellow lamps. Come sister location.
I do want there to be a bigger gap in between games.
Lamps. Come sister location.
We did it. We passed the 2-minute mark. and we brought the total stuff down to 23 minutes. Let's go. I'm never going to finish this video. TS is going to take me forever. But that's why I'm streaming, so I can be motivated.
Sister location. And the end of night cut. And the end of night cutscenes.
Cutscenes? I hate the way I say certain words. Sometimes I slur my words together.
Sister location. And the end of night cutscenes.
I don't know why I do that.
End of night cutscenes.
Like a little toddler. The end of night cutscenes?
End of night cutscenes and the end of night cutscenes show Michael acting.
Oh, I decided to redo that part. Sorry. Forgot about that. I had to make sure I'm not still full screen.
Sister location and the end of night cut. Sister location and the end of night cutscenes show. Come sister location and the end of night cutscenes.
Well, see, now I feel like there's too big of a gap between these two. Well, yeah, now I feel like they're too
Come
close.
sister location and the end of night cutscenes.
Mm.
Come sister location and the end of night cutscenes show Michael Afton sitting in a living room watching TV.
Yes, they do.
Living room watching TV.
The Immortal and the Restless. Chat, what's your consensus on The Immortal and the Restless? I feel like that's something I don't really ever talk about. You're an Andrew believer. If it were to be revealed that David was killed by William and is the one you should not have killed, how would you take that? Are you talking about David Murray, or are you assuming that Bite Victim is David's name? No. Are you assuming that David is Bite Victim's name? I'm gonna assume you're talking about Murray. Well, either way, I don't think I would like it. I mean, obviously, if Scott comes out and says, okay, like, if we ever got an answer, or anything that, like, revealed, oh, David Murray, okay. Yeah, if we ever got an answer that definitively said, okay, this is the one you should not have killed, I don't think I would be, like, upset about it. Whenever we get new reveals in FNAF, I don't usually get upset about anything. Like, I wasn't upset learning all the stuff we did in Secret of the Mimic. Was I frustrated that it made the books debate 20 times more complicated? Yes. But if we ever got, like, a reveal, like, I wasn't upset that I was wrong about Charlie dying at Fredbear's instead of Freddy's. Like, once we got Ticket to Fun and it was like, okay, Charlie dies at Freddy's instead of Fredbear's, I was just like, that's cool. I'm glad we got something confirmed. Now I have to go back and update my timeline, but I'm glad we got something confirmed. If we ever did get something that definitively said the one you should not have killed is David, there is a small part of me that would be frustrated by that. Because, you know, you spend all these years debating whether it's Cassidy or Andrew, and for it to be David Murray, a character we didn't even know existed back then, more so than Andrew, too, that would be kind of frustrating. I would be a little frustrated with that. And I would severely question Scott's choices as a writer. But there is a part of me that would be like, okay, now I have to tweak some things in my timeline. So I think that's how I feel about it. I don't know if that was a satisfying answer. I'll just be like, okay, I'm frustrated, but I gotta change it. I gotta change it anyway. Honestly, I would just be happy we got something confirmed. I think we're a little overdue for another Ticket to Fun-esque piece of media in this franchise that just definitively confirms something. Yeah, you totally get what I mean. That's good. Like, Ticket to Fun really was something special in that it did confirm that Charlie died at Freddy's, and that was a big debate we had back then. And you don't really see many people arguing against it now, which is good. I think we need that for Midnight Motorist. We need it for the Vengeful Spirit debate. We need that a lot more in this franchise. I wish we got more straight-up reveals, but I don't know. Scott Cawthon is a very weird man. Alright, back to this.
Watching TV. The
TV.
In a living room watching TV. The TV is on a different stand than the one we saw in the FNAF 4 minigames.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Cook, my bro, cook. Bernie bro. Immortal and the Restless is meant to parallel Michael's relationship with his father in Fazbear Entertainment and establishes the theme of gaslighting in Sister Location. That's fair. I can see that. What did I just do? Oh. Yeah. I can see that. I don't really have a strong opinion on The Immortal and the Restless. Like, I either see it as it's, you know, Michael is Clara, because he says that in the logbook. The baby is William's crimes, and whatever, and Vlad is William no matter what. Or it's Mrs. Afton is Clara, Vlad is William, the baby is Michael. It's one of those two explanations. Could be both. I don't know. I don't think it's like as crazy as some people theorize it is, with like Henry being Clara and the baby is literally Circus Baby, and they're arguing about whether William or Henry built baby and why. Like, I think that's a little too complicated. Like, Sister Location to me is a game about family and, learning who the Aftons are. So, The Immortal and the Restless is either literally explaining to us Michael's relationship with his father, or it's telling us this is how Michael views William's crimes. I'm curious, though. I wonder how that interpretation would work under Mike Accomplice. Maybe The Immortal and the Restless is meant to symbolize, like, Mike's breaking point, so to speak, of, like, Father, I just realized these are all your crimes. What the hell? Yeah, interesting thought. Interesting thought. Clara, I tell you, the baby isn't mine. If you invert the colors of Clara and Ballora, they have each other's color schemes. That is interesting. More evidence for Mrs. Afton being Clara. Thank you, Glitch.
Or minigames. And the room has...
Thank you, Glitch, for furthering my agenda.
On the FNAF 4 minigames. And the room has green... On the FNAF 4 minigames. And the room has green wallpaper with the same railing design as the FNAF 4 night segment hallways in Help Wanted.
It is... Okay, I do want to talk about this, actually. I'll show images, too. Because this is something I want to talk about. Can I get an actual image of, like, the level? Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. FNAF 4's hallways in the actual FNAF 4 are orange. Help Wanted changes them to green for some reason. I'm very curious why they did that. There's not really any reason to change that. Same with the plush trap hallway. Here it's white and blue. Here they changed it to blue and brown. I don't know, because like in the video I use the green wallpaper as evidence that it's the same mansion as Edwin's and that it's the same living room as Sister Location. Yeah, they're different patterns. Like, Sister Location has stripes. These aren't striped, but they're the same colors. I'm very curious to know why Steel Wool felt the need to change the colors of these from orange and brown to green and blue. Steel Wool is a very interesting company. I hit the wrong one. Steel Wool's a very interesting company. And I do hope that them changing the colors was intentional. Hi, Party Hat. Because if not, that's a big piece of evidence just out the window. So, yeah. Where am I? Right here. Okay. Hi, Party Hat.
Has green wall.
Yep. Yeah, very curious to know why they did that.
Help Wanted. And the same yellow.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised, Glitch, if that was something like they intentionally did wrong on purpose. Like including the fun times in the FNAF 4 levels. And part of me wonders if it has to do with No, I won't say that. I won't. I'm not going to finish that. But yeah, part of me does wonder if it was intentionally wrong on purpose. I think it also depends on how much of the story Scott had planned by that point. Like, did he know he wanted to do Secret of the Mimic and have Edwin's mansion become the Afton house? I don't know. It's an interesting thought, for sure. For sure.
Always and help wanted, and the same yellow always and help wanted, and the same yellow lamp from FNAF 4's night segments.
Yep, the same lamp, meaning it's probably the same house, unless Scott just reused lamps, which I wouldn't put it past him. But he knows how the community was by this point.
Segments.
Yeah, like Scott had just trained us that every detail in FNAF 4 was important. Him reusing lamps between Sister Location and FNAF 4 would be a really scummy thing to do. So I don't think he did that. Like, I think they are... I don't think he did it unintentionally.
From FNAF 4's night segments. 4's night segments. FNAF 4's night segments.
I kind of want there to be a bigger gap between this and
Night segments.
But I guess it can't be too big, so whatever. Chat, we're making such good progress on this. We are Bernie Bear.
Sister Location also. Sister Location also shows us.
Alright, this is where I start to talk about the custom night cutscenes, which, yeah.
Night segments. Sister Location also shows us the map of the FNAF 4 mini. Sister Location.
The gap. See, again, this is like the majority of my editing is just like figuring out, okay, how big do I want these gaps between audio segments to be?
Sister Location. Sister Location also. Sister Location also
That's
shows
fine.
us the map of the FNAF 4 minigames and night segments in the breaker room.
The breaker room. Alright, I'll probably stop once I reach the 2:45 mark on this editing thing. Because I do intend to work on this later today.
Which
many at first assumed.
Segments in the breaker room, which many at first thought was meant to tell us that Fredbear's Family Diner.
Red Bear's Family Diner.
Diner, the FNAF 4 mini. Fredbear's Family Diner, the FNAF 4 mini. Fredbear's Family Diner, the FNAF 4 minigame house.
And your mother were all above Sister Location.
FNAF 4 minigame house, and this bedroom were all above Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rental. Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rental.
Another thing I do when I record, sometimes, like, I'm sure you can catch it in, like, my live talking. Sometimes like, you can hear the breaths. I know, obviously, you can hear the breaths you take whenever you talk, but, like, sometimes my voice and mouth just make, like, weird little sounds. So, it's not fun having to edit around those. Sometimes it can be a real pain. Humans are silly.
Entertainment and Rental. However, thanks to this.
Like, that little breath I just took here.
However, thanks to.
Yeah. If that was closer to me saying however, that would really mess it up.
Entertainment and Rental. However, thanks to this.
Such a silly guy.
Baby's entertainment and rental. However,
Welcome back, Glitch. You missed my tangent on, whoops. Actually, I don't know what you missed.
thanks to the story
Didophobia mentioned. Woohoo, the books, the books!
thanks to the story Didophobia.
Didophobia mentioned. My favorite tale from the Pizzaplex. Actually, that's a lie. My favorite tale story is probably... Actually, it might be Didophobia. Because it's a massive FNAF 4 lore drop. I love the ending. I love the environment, the setting. Didophobia is probably my favorite tale from the Pizzaplex. And it's not even from the Pizzaplex. Chat, what's your favorite tale from the Pizzaplex? And why is it the Bobby Dots?
Story Didophobia, we learned that this bedroom and house. Story Didophobia, we learned that this bedroom and house. This bedroom and house.
Dr. House is canon to FNAF. Carol Baskin.
This bedroom and house are actually underground experiment rooms.
See, like that's I was just talking about this. I took a breath too close there.
Underground experiment rooms.
But I think it's fine.
The underground experiment rooms designed to monitor fear in children.
And Michael Afton, but don't tell anyone I said that. Oh no, he heard everything. Oh no. No. We're done for.
Designed to monitor fear in children and aren't part of a real house.
And aren't part of a real house. They're not. Stop. You're not him. You're not. Stop sounding like him.
Monitor fear in children and aren't part of a real house. Monitor fear in children and aren't part of a real house. Rooms designed to monitor fear in children and aren't part of a real house. A real house. House.
Bleeding Heart. I know bro did not just say Bleeding Heart. Yeah, okay. I should have figured it was Bobby Dots. The Booby Dots. The Gooner Dots.
Part of a real house. This most likely means the FNAF aren't part of a real house. This most likely means the FNAF 4 minigame house and Fredbear's we
Yes.
the FNAF 4 minigame house.
And Fredbears are not, in fact, real. I wonder if Bleeding Heart is actually someone's favorite FNAF story. They cannot be real. NPC behavior.
FNAF 4 minigame house and Fredbear's we see in the breaker room. Breaker room.
Aren't real.
Fredbear's we see in the breaker room. Breaker room are also Fredbear's we see in the breaker room are also most likely fake.
Probably. Because by the time of Sister Location, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie would not still be at Fredbear's. They would be long gone. Long gone from there. Unless, of course, it's not Fredbear's, and it's Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Let me check something. Okay. Yes. Oh. Alright. Let me bring this up to 3 minutes, then I'll probably call it quits. Moon sent a message? I can't see that. Oh. See, sometimes chat, like on YouTube Studio on my phone, sometimes chat doesn't show certain messages, whereas they'll show on here. So, like, if I ever miss, like, a message or something, like, I don't read it, Like, I try to read everyone's message. If I don't ever read your message, know that it probably got lost in translation between chat on here and chat on there. You think the Fredbear branded restaurant in FNAF 4 is Fredbear's? That's ridiculous. You're right, I'm sorry. It's very clearly Freddy's. FNAF theorists are a special type of special.
Most likely fake and aren't the real locations.
FNAF theorists can just be saying shit sometimes.
The locations, instead just being the real locations, instead just being recreations of them made for the experience.
Probably. That's probably what they are. Yeah.
But wait.
If that's the case, then why am I freaky? What?
Made for the experience. But wait.
Okay, we need a bigger gap between there.
Of them made for the experience. But wait. Instead, just being recreations of them made for the experience. But wait. But wait.
I'm waiting, Bernie Bear. Alright, this next segment will probably bring us to the 3-minute mark.
But wait, if that's the case, then shouldn't the FNAF 4 night segment bedroom also be based on a real place?
Haha, here's where I start to get into the problem. Glitch is going insane.
Night segment bedroom also be based on a real place? Be based on a real place?
Glitch has lost his mind. This is what the Pizzaplex timeline does to someone.
Some real place? Like Fredbear's in the mini? Will be based on a real place? Like Fredbear's in the minigame house?
This is the problem we were talking about earlier.
And why is Michael having nightmares of this bedroom in the first place?
I might... Chat... No, I'll keep this in the video. I'm debating whether or not I should cut the part of the video where I ask, hey, why is Michael having nightmares of the FNAF 4 experiment bedroom? Either. This is... In the video, I say that the reason Michael is having nightmares of the FNAF 4 bedroom are because he was put into the experiments following Midnight Motorist. Do you think... This might sound crazy, and this is purely me spitballing. I don't know if there's any evidence against it or for it. Do you think David's bedroom could be Michael's bedroom? Probably not, right? Because Midnight Motorist... If the FNAF 4 bedroom is supposed to be Michael's room, there's 2 doors. Midnight Motorist, William only knocks on one of them. So, and plus, the doors in the FNAF 4 bedroom can't lock. So, and the door in Midnight Motorist is locked, so probably not, now that I think about it. Michael probably was just put in the experiments, which I know Glitch doesn't like that idea, but I don't know how else to explain it. Alright, I just convinced myself out of a bad theory. We're saved. I'm saved.
Minigame house? And
why is Michael freaky? What? Why is Michael British? Why are the Aftons British? I mean, I know why, but why?
Minigame house? And why is Michael having nightmares of the minigame house? And why is Michael having nightmares like Fredbear's in the minigame house? And why is Michael having nightmares of this bedroom in the first place?
Keep it for the sake of being thorough? Yeah, that's a good, yeah. I do try to be as thorough as possible in my videos. Yeah, I do try to be as thorough as I can in my videos. Just because... And, like, address all sides of a debate. A, to get ahead of any, like, douchebags in the comments that try to come at me. Which doesn't really happen, but you never know. And B, I think if you're going to propose a theory, it is healthy to look at every side. I don't remember who said this. It honestly might have been Stick, but I don't think it was Stick. I don't know who said it. Like, they said, if you're making a FNAF theory video, you shouldn't address the other side, because why would you want to sway people from your idea? I think that's a really one-sided way to look at FNAF theorizing. Why wouldn't you want to address other ideas? That's exactly what happened with the books. Like, that's what happened with the books. That's what happened with the Vengeful Spirit, and still happens with the Vengeful Spirit debate. That's what happened with Charlie Fredbear's, kind of. Like, no, you should address the other sides of a debate, because that's how you debate. I don't see why you wouldn't do that. I don't know who said that, but they were kind of out of their mind. I can understand William and Mike, but why is Elizabeth British? That's a good-ass question. Okay. I think Elizabeth is British. And, you know, this could honestly favor my theory that the Aftons live in the Midnight Motorist house. Yeah, like, if she was raised in the middle of nowhere, and the only people she really got to interact with was her British father and her British brother, I think she'd just pick up the accent from that. Yeah, she would have been brought up around Brits. Yeah. Now, whether her accent would stick as she got older, different question. Michael's accent sticks, for some reason, when he's an adult in Sister Location. Elizabeth's accent might stick, or it might fade out as she's, like, around other people in school. But that begs the question, why wouldn't Michael's? I don't think Scott thought about it that hard, but it's an interesting idea. And I do really like the Aftons being British. I know Scott's trying to move away from that with the movie, and, you know, the only reason Springtrap is British in Dead by Daylight is because Matthew Lillard didn't want to voice Springtrap because he didn't play him yet. That's why they got PJ Haywood. Yeah. I think it was Stick who said that. I think it was.
In the first place.
Yeah.
Where's this bedroom in the first place?
Now I'm kind of curious, like, who did actually say that?
Having nightmares with this bedroom in the first place. We'll come back to both of you.
Yeah, I don't explain it here, because this part of the video is just me recapping all the houses we see. I don't go into, like, the explanations for anything until I'm done recapping them. Do you think the little kid voice you hear in Nightmare Fredbear's voice lines is meant to be Crying Child? Goodbye, water bottle cap. That's a good question. Things are about to get sticky. That's a good question. I think it would make sense if it was Crying Child. I don't know why he wouldn't be British, like his siblings, but I don't hate that idea. Especially if Scott Cawthon is trying to move away from the Aftons being British. Because, you know, he didn't get back PJ Haywood to do new Springtrap and Afton lines. He just reused the FNAF 6 ones. So, it could honestly be the voice you hear in Nightmare Fredbear's voice is Bite Victim, and he's just not British. I can see that. I can see that. Things are about to get sticky.
In the first place. We'll come back. This bedroom in the first place. We'll come back to both.
We'll care back to both of these. What?
Bedroom in the first place. We'll come back to both of these questions.
Yes, we will, Bernie Bear. How long have we been going for, chat? Hour 20? I'm debating whether I want to end now or just go to an hour 30. I think in the video, we're at a good stopping point because this is when I transition into talking about the sister location cutscenes, I think.
Sister locations custom.
Yeah. Yeah. We're at a good stopping point in the video, plus we reached 3 minutes and 5. I'm gonna stop editing here. We did good. We did really good. Let me close out of these. Plus, I have to pee, so... Yo, what is this? Yeah, I have to pee, so, Oh my god. Guys, Moon is making a FNAF sexuality tier list. You got this, Moon. I don't think Moon's still here. But, Moon, you got this. Yeah. We did good. This was a different type of stream. Oh, Moon, you are still here. Hi, Moon. Working on it as fast. Don't feel the need to rush it. Yeah, this was a different kind of stream. Like last stream. Last stream was a Fortnite stream. This stream was editing. We're trying new things, and it's showing results. I'll be honest, the Fortnite stream we did last stream was my least viewed stream, like tier list wise, so probably no more Fortnite streams. I might do another video. I might do another stream in the future, editing another video. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, I'm still going to work on it, like, not streaming, though, because that would be silly if I didn't. Yeah. Trying to think. Is there anything else? Not really. Chat, if you guys have any ideas for, like, what else we could do in the future, because now I'm definitely out of ideas, you know. We're not going to do any more Fortnite streams. We're not going to do any more Fortnite streams. Editing, I'm not going to do a stream like every stream isn't going to be me editing. I think this might... It might be time to go on hiatus with streaming. I don't love that, because I do enjoy these streams. Like, getting to talk to you guys like this, like live, it means a lot to me. But I really can't think of any other ideas. Maybe we can do reactions to, like, FNAF theories and stuff. That could work. We could do, like, reactions. I don't know. It's stream the event with you. See, but then I would have to play Fortnite on my PC, and I really don't like Fortnite on my PC. I mean, I could try. I could try. I could try. I could try streaming on my PC. I mean, I think no matter what, I'm gonna have to download Fortnite on my PC. Frick Bears, you did. You did miss the whole stream. Yeah, I'm gonna have to download Fortnite anyway if I want to do videos on the map I was talking about earlier. I mean, we can... It's worth a shot. The Bark Voyager. Glitch, are we gonna be in like a Discord call or anything? Or are we just gonna go in like muted or whatever? Like it's up to you. I don't have any preference. Chat. How much storage do I have left on my computer? Do I have the storage for Fortnite? That's not what I'm looking for. Can YouTube notifications actually work? No, I have 4 gigabytes free. How much does Fortnite take up? I might as well just download Fortnite. Download and install Fortnite today. Download the Epic Games Launcher. It's downloading. Only 82 megabytes. We might be back. We might be back, chat. Checking for safety. Done, but I don't know if I want to actually run that. It might mess up OBS. I'll download Fortnite after the stream. Yeah. Well. We're close enough to an hour and a half. Yeah. Yeah. Me and you playing Fortnite. That would be a banger stream. Glitch, what if we do a stream where it's me and you discussing the canonicity of the books? One of us plays the role of a book canon believer. You're down to call? Yeah, I'd be down. Oh, shoot. Moon's tier list is done. Hang on. We're not ending just yet. We're not ending this just yet. I'm looking at Moon's FNAF sexuality tier list. We're looking at this. Moon, I'm anxiously awaiting you posting it. Didn't add any animatronics. Hey, that's good enough. Moon, I'm going to be refreshing your page. I'm refreshing your page, Moon. New post from Dawko? Where? Sure. Why not, Dawko? I'll join your giveaway. Alright, Moon. Anxiously awaiting. Peak. Yeah, good cop, bad cop for the books. Obviously, I would have to make Glitch be the non-book believer. No, I'm kidding. See, my only issue with doing a stream like that is that I don't know if I could play the role of a non-book believer, and I don't know if I want to make Glitch do that either. But who knows? Plus, I suck at debating. It's posted. All right, all right, Moon. Is it bad that I don't know some of these terms? I might... Alright. Chat, Bernie Bear is going to get educated on some of these terms, okay? Butch is a woman or non-binary who exhibits a masculine gender. Okay. See, I'm gonna learn here. Arnold, I can see Arnold. Definitely Charlie. I can definitely see Charlie. Vanessa? Yeah. Tape girl? Sure. She's like a blank canvas. Don't know what this one means. See, I'm learning here, guys. I'm learning. Another woman embodies a traditionally feminine. Okay. Yeah, I can see these two. Especially Jessica. I like William. I like William's face being the, what's it called? Scrap trap. Debate stream. I'd be down, Moon. Not Moon. I'd be down, Glitch. Debate politics, but it's the books. Yeah. I'll be Joe Biden. Joe Biden. What's this tier list? This is Moon's FNAF character sexuality tier list. That could be another interesting stream idea, actually. Going over other people's tier lists. Like, obviously tiermaker.com or whatever has a lot of FNAF tier lists people made. We could go through those for a stream. Alright, Moon needs us to wait. Getting pizza. We gotta wait for Moon. Dude, this is so peak. This is so peak. Guys, I got a notification. What is it? Oh, it's Moon. Yeah, that makes sense. Welcome back, Moon. Alright. William's a lesbian. Yep. Aunt Jane. Young Sheldon girl. Yeah. Yep. I'm happy with all those. Gay. Phone dude's definitely gay. Phone dude's gay. Dispatch. Yeah. Obviously Matthew Lillard. Yep. 100%. This is the one I agree with the most, honestly. Matt Patton, gay tier. Jeremiah, yep. I don't remember his name, but I know who he is from the books. Oh, Scraptrap's there because of oomph. That makes sense. Scraptrap is a lesbian. What that arm do? Bisexual? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 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 Josh Hutcherson. Oh my god. I'm bisexual for Josh Hutcherson. Oswald's mom and dad. Look at them. They're facing each other. Aww. Yeah. This is all true. Yep. Pansexual. Yep. Yep. Now, of course Matt Pat's gay. This kid totally should have been Gregory in the movies. I'm sorry. Look at him. Oh my god. Oh, Moon, you should have put Matt Patton, Springtrap in the same tier, because you know, Springtrap impregnates Matt Pat. Yeah, Jeremy is definitely queer. Same with Michael. William, yeah, and obviously Michael. Aww. Oh, Moon. They're bye for bye. Unlabeled. I'm curious, is unlabeled like an actual term? An individual chooses not to use specific terms to define their sexuality. Is Moon, I'm curious. Young Sheldon girl, yeah. Is there a reason you put these guys in unlabeled? I'm curious to know your thinking behind these guys. David I can kind of understand, because he's like a 3-year-old. But I'm curious to know your logic behind this tier. Straight. Yeah, phone guy, yeah. Doug. See, I disagree on Doug. Although, to be fair, you know, he's moving differently in the FNAF movie novelization. Hank, Carl, Mike's dad, and angry guy from FNAF 2 movie. The professor. Yeah, I can see those. Oh, bye, Glitch. Bye, Glitch. Yes, Glitch. We're going to have to do that debate stream someday. Most of them are kids or just wouldn't really think of that. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair. BJ, you missed everything. BJ, we're going through Moon's FNAF character sexuality tier list, and we just finished that too. Bro missed everything. Yeah. I like this tier list, Moon. I like this. This is peak and true. Truth and real. Yeah. This is good. I'm glad we reviewed this. You did good, Moon. You did good. Now you have to rank every FNAF animatronic. Every FNAF animatronic you have to rank. Even the FNAF AR skins, the Secret of the Mimic costumes, everyone. You've entered a dangerous world, my friend. No, BJ, that's fine. I'm sorry to hear that, by the way. I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah. This was fun. Everyone, go follow Moon on Twitter. Anywho. Gulp. Yeah, no, BJ. I'm glad. That's totally fine. I'm glad you still showed up and said hi, but totally fine. Totally fine. Yeah. Anywho. I have to pee, so I'm gonna end stream. Like I said earlier, this was a different one, but a fun one. We'll probably do it again in the future. Not sure when, but sometime. I do want to do a debate stream with Glitch. I think that could be fun. I don't know what we would debate exactly. Smash or pass the Frick Bears 3 animatronics. I'm avoiding doing any FNAF Smash or pass. I'm not doing that. But yeah, this was a fun stream. I will catch you guys hopefully next week with another stream. I'll keep editing the video in the background. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see ya around. Bye, guys.